Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding. Tonight, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a Rice Raider High School great. I need not to tell you the amount of talent that came out of this little school in Harlem. Dame Imager, Kenny Satterfield, Edgar Sosa, Andre Barrett, Steve Burt Jr., Chris Fouch, Curtis Kelly, Corey Homicide Williams, Felipe Lopez, Durant Scott, and Kemba Walker. And oh yeah, DMC from Run DMC went there as well, so you already know this school had plenty of tradition before closing its doors in 2011. After graduating, this basketball head joined the Texas Longhorns in 1993, where he had a prolific 4-year collegiate career. He helped the Texas Longhorns earn 2 Southwest Conference championships and 4 berths to the NCAA tournament, where they reached the Sweet 16 in 1997 during the senior season. This basketball head name can be found scattered throughout the list of individual records for the Longhorns in various categories. He led the Longhorns in scoring and assists in his junior and senior season. 22 points, 4 assists, respectively. And led his team in rebounding in senior season with 7.6 grabs per game. He earned first team All Southwest Conference honors and first team All Big 12 Conference. Can't get no better than that. New York City at its best. He also received the NCAA All-American honors in his senior season. His 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists against Texas Christian University on February 11th. So he just had an anniversary yesterday. The only triple-double in Longhorn basketball history, at least to my knowledge. He's also inducted the Longhorns All-Decade team for the 90s. Upon his completion of his collegiate career, which was brilliant, he played briefly with the Milwaukee Bucks, but had a stellar 12-year career overseas. Without further ado, help me welcome to the show, New York City great, Rice High School and University of Texas Longhorns legend, Reggie Freeman.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, my brother?
Love, man. All love.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Glad you could join us. Let's get that straight. Let's get some light over there, man. I know it's probably lighter,
Oh,
look at
man.
it, but you look nice. You good.
I thought the light was beautiful right here.
Nah, you good. As long as you can see yourself and you clear, we
No.
good,
I got you. A little bit more light. Let me see.
And then you got the Yankees fitting on too, so it's all good.
Yeah.
New York, this is how we rock, baby.
And Houston, I gotta show the love out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, man. Hey, listen, Tonight is your night, brother. We giving you your crown tonight, fam. This is for you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you did for New York City, all the happy faces that you made that was in the stands, people that was leaving the game, once they saw you play and they went home and they had a better evening.
Thanks.
So I want to salute you, my brother.
My love.
For sure. So, you've been on the show a couple of times as far as watching, right? So you already know what the first question is, brother. Who introduced you to the game?
I'll be honest with you, like, you know, Bronx, New York, you know, 107, you know what I'm saying, 104.73, 104.72, my neighborhood, Billy Singleton, you know.
It's my guy right there. Fact.
You know, love, you know what I mean? Desert Irvin, you know, Will Lewis, all those guys, Stevenson High School, Master Bob, those guys. I was a young guy just, you know, just trying to be around them and learn the game. And, you know, Kips Bay Boys Club, Artie Green, which Andre Barrett, Kenny Satterfield, all our, you know, Isaiah France, all our guys, like, we came up under them. Let's just, you know, be honest with you. So Artie Green is like an entry park for all of us. You know what I mean? So I came up in that tree, and you know, he taught me how to really like learn the game as far as being a taller guy, as far as, you know, with the ball handling and all that stuff like that is concerned. So, you know, that was it. That was Kips Bay Boys Club, Bronx, New York, you know, which a lot of people understand.
And with all that talent, I'm surprised. Well, I guess everybody kind of went to the Gauchos because all that talent in that Kips Bay Boys Club, you would think that an AAU team would have been started out of there or something.
Right. What it did, though, you know, and we had a situation where we played against Riverside, played against Gauchos. But here's the situation where, you know, the Gauchos of Riverside grabbed us from that situation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I played with the shows. You know, Isaiah Francis played with, you know, Riverside, and you know, it just made sense that we had our situation there, and then go to a bigger situation. You know what I mean? And Artie Green made it possible for us to make us great and go over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Artie Green is always loved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know, Artie Green,
his name rings a lot of bells. Guys come up here and show love. So salute to Artie Green.
Yes, salute. Yes.
The Bronx legend for sure.
Facts.
Yeah. So, what age was it when you was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Let's say like 8, 9, man. 8, 9 years old, man, because understandably, growing up in the Soundview section of the Bronx, you know, we in the park, man. You know what I mean? And you got to figure it out. And you see what's going on, you know, either fighting, shooting, selling drugs, doing whatever the case may be. But we always on the basketball court. Everybody's there. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing that. What you gonna do? So
right. Even you selling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot.
Facts.
And boy,
So,
did you have one? So
it was fun to be around that and just seeing the older heads doing what they do. And you know, being like a little bit taller and all that, like I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And it was fun, and they always took care of me as far as in the hood and all that. Like, this is what he can do. So, you know, so 8, 9 years old, that's when I started figuring it out. Like, you know, I was a Magic Johnson fan, you know, so I was like, let me do everything Magic Johnson did, I try to do. And the people that know me in the hood,
from the left-hand point of view.
Facts. Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what hand I was because I write right-handed. I write right-handed. Crazy. I do a lot of things right-handed, but the left-handed shit, I don't have no idea. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I have no idea where the left-handed shit come from. My mom's told me I was, God bless. You know what I'm saying? My mom said, you right-handed. But she looked at me like, how you playing left-handed? I had no idea. So I don't know where that came from. Trust me. To this day, I have no idea where it came from.
Yeah, LeBron shoots with his right, but writes with his left.
Facts.
Crazy.
Facts.
Something about you left-handed people, man. Y'all just got something little extra,
yo,
man.
We weird.
Know,
yo, like, we got some weird shit going on.
Yeah. You know, so I tell people, look, We like to follow people, right? We like to herd the sheep kind of a people. I said, man, y'all need to look at those left-handers, man. They're doing something different.
Right. Right.
But that's something that you got to work on, not like something that you can just get.
Right.
Sure.
And it's something like, you know, if you work in your craft, you know, at the end of the day, both hands gonna be efficient. You know what I'm saying? Both hands gonna be efficient if you work in your craft. Nowadays, it's, you know how it goes like nowadays. But back then, for me to actually change my whole game to be left-handed was kind of crazy, and I had no idea how I did it. I was just working on spin moves that Magic Johnson did.
So do you remember your first game, and how was your nerves during your first game? That very first game.
It's kind of you know, first game as a youngin', you know what I'm saying, it's just everybody in the hood is just watching, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, we just like the old heads looking at us like, yo, I got him. You know how that goes, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I figured it out. That's when I really my first game playing in the street in a tournament, I figured it out. Like, okay, well, I like to be around. I like to be around the people around and talking shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I loved it. So
wow.
it was amazing.
So usually that kind of throws people off their first game. It's a lot going on, whistles, the crowd,
right.
Your coach is yelling directions. So it's a lot going on in the first game, and not too many people can handle it that very first game. Kind of pick it up afterwards. But that very first game,
listen, I didn't care. Artie Green could say anything he wanted to say to me. Didn't care. Whatever he said, I'm going to do. Period. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So I'm not going to ask you the question, who was the best player in your neighborhood? Because we'll be here forever for all the dudes that you grew up around. But who was the guy? Like, you named a lot of people. Who was the guy? Was Master Rob the guy when you was coming up?
So overall, because it was a lot of like Trinity. You remember Trinity? I know you know your history.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Trinity was one of those guys in the neighborhood. Billy Singleton, of course.
Yes.
Dedrick Irvin, Will Lewis. You know, we talking about like neighborhood stuff. You know what I mean? But when I actually sat down and watched, it was raw. It was Master Raw. You know what I'm saying? When I actually sat down and watched the game, because all that street ball shit was fine, but he actually knew the intricacies of the game. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So he was on
our older Bronco team, so I saw him early on, and everybody was raving about him. I was like, that's raw. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. So in the hood, I'm sitting there like, okay, passing ability, great. Shooting, scoring, whatever. But he didn't care about that because it was about making you look bad off of a pass. Not off the dribble. It was like, I'm here, but I'm going to go here with it. And it was like, oh, okay, I get that. You know what I'm saying? So I learned, and that's Magic Johnson as well.
Yes.
So that's Magic and Master for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll tell you, people know this. Magic and Master for me was like the best shit ever for me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's a show within itself, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But I scored better than both of the motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If they had to guard you, it'd be a problem.
Nah, it'd be a problem.
So where would you go to get your rec in the BX? What parks have the most action?
So it's always Rosedale Park. You know, that's where Rosedale Park was where you would have Rod Strickland, you would have, you know, Bill Singleton, Dedrick Irvin, Will Lewis, Malloy, Shane, the dribbling machine. You would have everybody come to this park every weekend from 10 o'clock in the morning to like 6 o'clock in the evening. And we getting it in. And everybody's coming from every hood. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, even from Brooklyn, like I used to like call people. Like I told Charles, I told Charles John, I tell people like, yo, come through because we got the runs.
Right.
On the weekends, it's the biggest runs, and everybody would know. Everybody know, like you see in the chat, everybody would know this. You know what I'm saying? Graham and everybody like this. So, from that, being a younger, watching them, and then continuously getting older and playing with them, but then you go on till I got older. You know what I mean? I would go. I never. That's the problem. Cause a lot of people like think about this. I never came out there to Brooklyn to hoop.
A lot of people haven't.
Exactly. And a lot of them came to hoop with us. And
hold on. Fam, I need you to say that again for the audience. Because
I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
We have to go everywhere to ball. Brooklyn guys.
No, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'll keep it 1,000. A lot of them came with us. But we never went out there. But understandably, the reason why, and I would tell you, is because, in our mindset and our surroundings, this is the best shit ever. You know what I'm saying? And, respect, because I played with Booger. Me and Booger played together.
Woo.
That's Square Broncos.
Nice.
You know what
I didn't know that. I didn't know Booker played for the Broncos. This is news to me.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got stories. Corey Johnson. Like, come on, man. Like I got yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, like,
Corey Johnson from Grady?
Yes. Pretty boy. Pretty boy Corey, B. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Yeah, I got some history with them guys, man. So at the end of the day, but going back to what you said, like, we played in those situations and all that, and then that brought us to the street ball shit. You know what I'm saying? But we always had like real situations where we was really hooped, and that's what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Ross Stricklands and all the guys like that, the Dudley Irvins, that's why I came up under. You know what I'm saying? The Master
Ross Strickland brother Jimmy was crazy. Like I heard his jump shot was one of the sickest in the world.
No, ridiculous. Well, I'll give you a story with Rod, right? So Rod and his brother and Dudley, we was sitting there. I was a freshman in college. I came back in New York. And I talk my shit, whatever the case may be. I beat Rod's brother 1-on-1 as a freshman, and I'm talking shit. They got me drinking beers now. I'm feeling fucked up. I'm talking shit. This is late night, like it's dark.
Right.
And I'm talking to Rod. Rod beat me 32 zip. and I knew my place after that. Like, let me relax. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Salute
relax.
my guy Rod for sure. Definitely.
Let me relax. Shout out to Rod. Be love.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So you being a Bronx guy, right?
Yeah.
Why not Talentine? Why not All Hallows? What made you go all the way down to Rice?
Well, Talentine, and it was my freshman year at Rice. It was that last year. So, but here's the ill thing about New York City around that time, and you would know this, how we was recruited from middle school.
Facts.
Right.
Especially the Catholic school guys. Especially the
Catholic school. Right. Exactly. So, people like ask me, like, I was getting recruited in middle school to go to high school. So I know the recruitment process. You know what I'm saying? And so I was recruited to St. Raymond's, of course, and Talentine as well. But I had family. These dogs are tripping. Like, these are farting.
It's so good, so good.
But I was getting recruited by Rice and Soundtown, All Hallows, St. Raymond's, whatever the case may be. But I had people there. This is my ongoing story. But I had people there so I can understand what's going on, and they can grab me in and show me the ropes. That's why I went. So I had family there, and I just went to Rice. I felt like, it wasn't about I wasn't gonna do my thing. I was gonna do my, regardless of whatever school I was going to. But Rice, I felt like, you know, I just want to be in Harlem. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just want to be in Harlem.
And that's where all the action is, right there. Y'all right in the heart, man.
Yeah.
So did you come in right away playing varsity, or did you have to go through the Catholic school process, a freshman?
No,
JV?
I played freshman year. I played JV. And
Okay.
we went like undefeated until like I think the last game, but somebody would have to like remind me of that. I know we went undefeated like the whole school year. But
Okay.
they moved me up to varsity, and I remember we played it was Christ King, whatever it came, we got our ass kicked. This was Ron Arnold.
Oh yes, facts. Yes.
Yes, I was a freshman when Ron was a senior, and Jerry McCullough and Dennis McCullough brothers. You know what I'm saying? And they moved me up. I didn't play. I just sat on the bench and watched this onslaught of, you know, who was it?
It was the Battle of Harlem, Manhattan Center, right?
No, Khalid Reeves. I'm talking about the chip. Khalid Reeves. And,
Okay.
Yeah. Got our ass kicked. Yeah.
Christ,
But yo,
yeah. They had the two of the top best guards ever, man, New York City.
Hey, man. Hey. You know, love is love, B. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, man, you got to give those guys respect, man. Those guys
Always,
put it down, was All-American, and won the state championship. Like, a
Yes,
lot of guys didn't come in and do that.
Always got to give them respect. Always.
Yeah. So, what was the growth process like?
Say again?
What was your growth process like? Because I know you didn't play freshman, you played JV, so I know the next move had to be varsity.
No. So, yeah, my sophomore year, you know, so here's my mentality. Like, I'm thinking, like, okay, I'm a Don's American out here. I'm going to be the best shit popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then a guy named Felipe Lopez comes in. When I'm a sophomore, he comes in as a freshman. Right? And understandably, I'm the next big thing popping. I already knew it was popping. I already knew what was going on. Felipe Lopez comes in. And I'm a sophomore year freshman. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like, at the end of the day, I was nice. I already knew I was nice. I ain't tripping about that. But he was different. Athletic ability, you know what I mean? Jordan type shit at that time. And, you know, we went through our ups and downs as far as me being a sophomore, he being a freshman, Jerry McCullough being a senior. And, you know, we running into a Terrence Rencher, Orlando Antigua, but, you know, we running into a
St. Ravens, yeah.
You know, we run into these type of, like, teams.
I think Terrence told me about that game. He said he had something to prove. He said, you know, even though Felipe was younger, he knew this guy was on his heels. And if he didn't make a point that day, things probably would have worked out a little differently.
No, but I'll keep it 100 with you, like, because Jerry was the man. Let's keep it 100. Jerry McCullough was the man. I'm a sophomore. I'm coming up. I'm on my grids in the street, especially in the street. But Felipe was a different type of entity, and so when he came in, it was like, okay, everybody else in New York don't matter. And Terrence was a senior. Of course, Terrence is gonna be like, "What the fuck is this little nigga?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It makes sense. You know what I mean? So, I would say that so my sophomore year, I would say, like, I did well for myself, but Felipe, you know, it was like a breath of fresh air to, you know, to the masses. Like, who was he? Dominican, you know what I mean?
We never saw that before. Right.
Never seen that before. Yeah. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And again, I had to fall back, which I did. I knew how to play. Listen, I knew how to play my game. I knew how to do what I would do. But I already knew he was it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, that was my guy. And again, we love each other to this day. But at that time, you know, I already knew what it was.
He's a special player, man, and what he did for New York and
Right.
the people in Dominican Republic, I don't think will be matched, man. So salute to Felipe, man.
Facts.
Definitely, definitely. And he was just a pup then and turned into a super, super beast. And, you know, and that says a lot about you because here you are playing with these great players and you still go big time Division I. You still go and lead the school in scoring. You still go and do the thing that you're supposed to do. Right. So
what I figured out is, you know, even playing with Jerry, you know, being a sophomore, he was a senior, playing with Felipe, Gaucho's situation was around us, you know what I'm saying? I ended up playing with Gauchos as well. I just felt like, let me figure it out. So again, when I tell you, like when I was younger, I learned from Master, I learned from Magic, I learned from Master. So I can always learn how to pass the ball right. I can always learn how I understood the game. So when I have this unbelievable type of guy with me, I'm good with the passing and all that. You know what I mean? But I can still do my thing, but I'm good with getting people involved. You know, of course, you know, you're 16, 17 years old, you want to be selfish sometimes, but you still understand the game. And I know what I had around me. So I knew the game at that time as far as, shit, this motherfucker's good. Here you go. Here you go. You know, and still get it in.
How was Mo Hicks is keeping that
So
team
it wasn't Mo Hicks. Remember I told you, like, maybe we talked about this before. So Lou DeMello was my coach.
And that's right. That's right. Because Mo came afterwards. Right.
So
got you. Mo was still at Brandeis during this time.
Right. So and DeMello, he had it in tune as far as, you know, he had everything popping, everything was good money, but at the end of the day, you know, when I was a senior, certain things popped off. I'm like, I'm trying to get my rack up. And I know he's him, but, you know, I was still trying to do too much. But when I went to 5-star and did a couple of things and all that, everybody like, oh, you know, he's the guy. You know what I mean? But
so that did it for you. Going to 5-star.
Going to 5-star, going to ABCD and all that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, again, I was a sophomore. So again, I'm a junior. He's a sophomore. I'm a senior. He's a junior. He's the best player in the country every single year. So I gotta like do certain things, and I was on the radar. But of course, you know, you got the top player in the country. So you know, but it was never no hate because I love the dude. That's my guy. But I gotta like, you know, do what I gotta do. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, there we go. I was wondering why my light was so low. Yeah, I was like, my other light wasn't on. So now you mentioned some of the guys that was on the team, right?
Right.
Who was the team that y'all battled with, and what was the guy that gave y'all the fits when you was in high school?
All right. So when I was young, let's say, okay, let's start from freshman year. Jamal Masburn was ridiculous. That was stupid. Like that's not even, I don't want to talk about that. That's dumb.
Yo, just imagine you seeing Jamal, right? And look, he wasn't like the strongest dude. He was 6'8", silky smooth.
No, when they call him Monster Mash, it's Monster Mash. And you don't realize a guy that's 6'8" that can handle, shoot. I'm not saying he wasn't. He didn't have to pass because he didn't have to pass to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, handle, shoot, that body. You know, so that's why I don't like. I say him, and I throw him away. Like, all right, that's just is what it is.
That's another level.
Yes, another level. So we go to St. Raymond's and Terrence Venture, of course, and Orlando Antigua. You know, let's go after that next level. You know, students of the game, smart players. Terrence, slippery smooth and all that. You know what I mean? Orlando got shot in the head. Got the bullet in his head and still, a beast. Respect to them. Always killed us. We had no problem. And so let's go to when we was building and we was nice. Now Rice is on top.
So things kind of switched. St. Ravens kind of running things that y'all was coming on a come
When Terrence and Orlando left, that's when things switched. Right? So now we talking about Kareem Reed is a problem. And Eric Harris is a problem. And, you go to All Hallows, Tariq Thacker is a problem. And you go to certain schools, you know what I mean? We played against Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? Like Isaiah Francis and George Brown got busted dead. Yo, it was a problem. We played against certain people. But we was building our brand, you know what I mean? So if you want to know the person that, like, Jamal Masburn and Terrence Venture and them guys, like, what's the problem with those guys? Like, it ain't no friend like that. Don't let me get it twisted now. When we played against Sherwin Anderson and Sheldon Jefferson now.
Woo.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you now. Like, you know what I mean? I never forget some years ago, Raphael Edwards posted some shit of him, like, they came off the backboard and he dunked it, and me and Felipe, he's under, he's like, yeah, we got y'all. He's like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So don't get it twisted now. We, Sherwin, Sheldon was the scorer. I love Sheldon. Sherwin was the guy. I love Sherwin game, B, and had a chance to play with him in the Gauchos and all that. Amazing, man. Amazing.
Wow. Your guy Booger said, "What's up?" He said, "My God, my dude number 5.
Look.
My done."
So look, what I told you though, me and Booger played. Me, Booger, Corey Johnson,
right.
Soccer. What's soccer name? Big soccer. It was Seton Hall.
Tashaka Chip.
Man.
He went to Lincoln. He went to my school. Yeah.
Madison Square Broncos, B. He'll tell you. I'm at the 3.
Crazy. I didn't know my guy Booger was a Madison Square Bronco guy.
I'm at the 3. Booger, Corey, me, Shaka, Jason Hoover, man. What?
Wow, that's crazy. And you mentioned the ABC D All-American camp. I'll be having Richie Cosset, the founder, on soon.
Yes. Got to.
Rich Cosset, he'll be on soon.
Got to. Love. Definitely got to have him on there. Definitely.
We talked the other night, and oh man, his knowledge of the game and all the players that he's seen come through is amazing. So definitely want to get him on.
No. Definitely gotta have him. Definitely. For sure.
No, we're gonna do it. We definitely gonna do it. Yeah. So your senior year,
hold on. Look at Booger. We had a bomb squad. You already know, dude.
Look,
you already know, son. You already know, man. Oh, man, I love my dude, man. I love Booger.
Yo, I told Booger, come on the platform, fam.
Yeah, right? You got to.
Where we treat our players the way they're supposed to be treated.
Got to.
Salute. Fact.
Salute.
Yeah. So you put in all this work. You playing with Felipe Lopez, the best player in the country. You have to go other places to get your name and your stock right. And one of those places was 5-star ABCD camp.
Right.
What school started recruiting you after that? Outside of Texas?
I had before Texas I had like Xavier, because Jamal, what's the name? Who was that Xavier at that time? Like they was getting some New York players at the time.
I know Darnell Williams went there.
Darnell Williams, but I was before Darnell. So Jamal,
okay.
It was the point guard there from New York, but somebody would say it in the comments. So I had Xavier, I had Richmond, I had A&M, I had like a couple of like mid-tier schools, you know what I mean? But once I went to 5-star and showed my shit, like everything started popping. So Virginia, like, and I was mad. I was bugging, like, Virginia was recruiting me. Like, my man Jamal Robinson said, why you recruiting me? Like, I'm good. I'm not going there.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Jamal, when I interviewed Jamal, he was like, I shouldn't have went there.
Yeah.
He agreed he
Yeah.
shouldn't have went to Virginia. Salute to my guy, Jamal Robinson.
No, salute to him, because let me explain something to you. Like, I swear I was that nigga, and I swear Felipe was that nigga, but he was that guy to me. You know what I'm saying? I can handle the ball. I'm a tall, like, we all tall guys that
Right.
can do some things. I swear I said, Jamal got that thing, B. And I was like, I always said that. He knows that. Like, you know, me and him, like, regardless, you know what I mean? Regardless of how we did and how we turned out as far as ball players are concerned, he was that guy. So I had so one funny story is that I was gonna, like, go to UConn, but I didn't pass my SAT. And me and Keebu Stewart and Kevin Simmons and a couple of other guys, like, we was doing, like, some, you know, at that time, you know what I mean, we was trying to get all, like, grades together.
Right.
So I didn't have my SAT in the beginning, and Ray Allen signed. And I mean, that was it with that UConn shit, because he's, you know, the early period, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. And you finally got through it, though.
Yeah, no, I got to it, and then a funny story, like, with Tom Penders and with Syracuse, with a couple of other teams. So everybody came to see Felipe, and Tom Penders was like, you know, no, Jim Boeheim was like, well, you think you got a chance with Felipe Lopez, you know? And Tom Penders was like, you know, I'm not here to see him. I'm seeing him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that was just like our love, you know, our love language, what happened with that. Because I went to visit UNLV. I went to visit, like, 3 schools. But when I came to Texas, I was like, this is ridiculous. And, you know, I fell in love with the light-skinned women. So, you know, it was different. Like,
you and Jerry Ice Reynolds. Jerry Ice Reynolds, Alexander Great, NBA veteran. He said,
Ice, Ice love, I love.
He said, I went down to LSU. He said, yo, Pooh, I was looking at all these light-skinned women, and I lost my mind. I knew I was signing to LSU.
I'm never going to front on that. I'm never going to front on that. You know, I'm never going to front on that.
Jamal Robinson said when he went to Virginia, he saw all the chicks and how the dudes was moving cool through the campus. He said, yeah, I'm coming here.
Yeah, I can't lie. And, you know, it's the difference between the life as far as, like, you know, the space, the cleanliness, it's the houses, the you know, the family-oriented thing that I haven't dealt with. You know what I mean? When I came out, like, I seen people, like, sitting around the table and eating. I ain't do that shit. I used to put my plate under the bed, like, you know, the hood shit. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, and I had somebody as far as Terrence to be there as me being the only freshman. Yeah, so it just made sense. You know what I mean? And, you know, Coach loved me and let me do whatever the hell I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, Tom Penders is something special.
Yeah.
Okay? If you look at the track record of the guys who played for Tom Penders, the majority of them had great college careers.
Yes.
My guy, my teammate, my former teammate, my OG, Carlton Silk Owens, that's how he got the Texas job, because
I was about to tell you, listen, I was about to bring him, trust me, I was about to bring my guy up, because let me tell you something. It wasn't about him teaching me the game. It was about him pumping me up how we are as New York people. So at any game, and he could tell me, like, yo, it wasn't like no S and O's like, yo, he gonna do this. No, bust his ass. Bet, I got you. That's what it was. That's what he was. As far as because he had me for 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, when I was a freshman, Silk was a senior. I had to shoot like Jamal Wilkes. Right. And my coach would be like, yeah, we're going to change this. But in the process of me changing my shot, Silk, you just walk over to me and be like, yo, Pooh, don't feel like you're going to miss. And he would just stand with me and shoot with me.
Right.
That energy passed through me.
Right.
Right? And like you said, pumping you up. He knew the right words to say to get you motivated. Totally switched my shot up, and it's been water ever since. Thanks to my guy, Silk.
So you can imagine Terrence going on and leaving, and then Silk and Alex Broadway, he's from Queens, Alex Broadway.
Yeah.
Right? So you can imagine Terrence leaving and those two's coming in. So I still had that connection, as New York connection, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and Silk will tell you, like, listen, man, that's my guy. I love that dude, B. I love that guy. He know. I love that dude. Every time, because he was there when I had career highs, career low. He was there, you know what I'm saying? And still keep me like, you good. You that dude here. You know what I'm saying? So Silk is my guy.
He was the first high school basketball star I was around. Like, I heard about all the other guys, but me, you know, making Lincoln as a freshman and being under these guys and seeing Silk walk in, because they just came back from AFB. That's when ABC camp was AFB. And he had the Nikes, the brand new Nikes. When everybody wearing Nikes now, it wasn't like that in the early 80s, 83. He had the strap, the first one, the white with the blue Nike stripe with the strap on the bottom. Let me tell you something, people. My first pair of sneakers, basketball sneakers, which I made Lincoln, was the canvas Converses. Facts. Ripped blue jean shorts and a white T-shirt because I didn't play any tournaments back then. I was a football player.
Right.
But this guy, from the swag, from the shoe up, from his confidence to the way he walked, to the way he dealt with people, he was like the first star I saw and was around. And you learned to take notes from him in the way he treated people and how cool he was. Because Silk was cool as shit. Still
hey, you know what's crazy, and you know, not to get off the subject, but it's crazy that the only reason why I know him because he coached me, but I never knew him before that.
Yo.
And Coach Penders told me, you know, because Coach Penders, you know, coached him in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So for me to not to know him is bad because listen, I do my research on everybody. So when I heard about him before he even came, I'm like, I'm checking him out. See what's good. Oh, he like that. I bet. So I can listen to him, and that's, you know, not necessarily like to say that's how the kids should be. They should be like this now. They should be, right? Because when I was like, oh, he's supposed to be nice. Oh, he was. I can listen to him now. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad that a lot of people don't even know about him. They know about him in Brooklyn. Some people do. Majority don't.
Right. A lot of people in Brooklyn don't
basketball
know.
Guys know him.
Or from that era. He played 2 years of high school, got shot in his arm. First of all, he was predicted to be one of the top players in the city. Got shot in his arm, that stagnated him. He only played 2 years of high school ball.
Crazy.
And wound up becoming Rhode Island's leading scorer and second in assists all time.
Crazy. That's my love, B. That's my dude, B. Word.
So now we're gonna get back to you, man. I had to get on my gossip for a minute. Now you at Texas, right?
Yeah.
You settled in. Sorry about that. Almost lost you there.
Nah, we good. We good.
Wow, I didn't have my joint plugged up. I almost lost it.
We good.
All right. So now, who ass did you bust? Because I wanted to ask you this early on, right? But I moved the question back down a little bit because, you know, You went to 5-star to get your name,
Right.
And all these other camps. Who else did you bust to let everybody know that you was that guy?
It's interesting because when we talk about 5-star, I think Keith and Holmes was there. Charles Jones was there. I mean, Charles would probably know better than me, but I got MVP of the All-Star game. And, yo, I can't even tell you the guys that was on that. I was just bugging out, B. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. And me and Charles, we laugh to this day. Like, yo, I don't know what I was doing or who I was busting ass. I was just going at these dudes. I just know there was names there. I'm going at them. And that was it. So, and I was still, like I said, I was still getting looked at, in high school and all that. But I think the ABCD, and because I wasn't like with Felipe, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm playing with other guys to see if I can do certain things and all that. You know what I mean? Like, and Rice playing, I was like a point forward. You know what I'm saying? So I play the point. I play the center. I do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in that type of environment, I was like head hunting, like, you know what I mean, like going at it. So individually, I can't even tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, like individually in college, like that's something totally different. But in high school, like, I can't call it, man. It was just like an all-around game for me, man. So, I was,
You was just going out putting in that work. Because
yeah,
I'm going to tell you a little history. It worked well for you. When Ross Strickland didn't go to the last season of 5-star, it hurt him because he didn't become a down All-American. Even though he was going around the country kicking everybody's ass.
Right.
Because he didn't go to that last session at Holmesdale, they pulled the plug on him.
Same thing with Terrence. Terrence wasn't a McDonald's All-American either, and he was the Mr. Basketball.
Mr. Basketball. So was Jamal Masburn.
So was Masburn.
And then make the McDonald's All-American.
Oh, New York City was retarded at the time. Trust me, that was terrible. You already know.
Conspiracy theory. We'll talk about it another time we can.
Yeah.
Because if we go down to a lot of the things that they did to New York City ball players to kind of stagnate us.
That's a fact.
And people can say what they want, but look at the history and check the facts.
That's
it started with Connie Hawkins, and then kind of went through a few others.
Oh, let me tell you something. In middle school, my mom said I was McDonald's American. If Felipe ain't come to Rice, I was that. I already had my mindset. I'm McDonald's American. You know what I'm saying? And the people that did get in that year of 92, 93, I still thought I was gonna make it. Still thought that.
Right.
But if he wasn't there, I was getting that regardless. You know what I mean? That was the mindset. That was the goal, to do that. Fuck the college shit. I wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the guys that came behind me, like Andre Barrett, Kenny Satterfield, you know what I mean? Those are my loves, B. Like, I'm happy, like, Kareem Reed after that, Sham and all that. Like, so happy because I was trying to do that shit. Me and Curry Thompson and these guys, we was trying to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
That's dope, man. So, do you feel like since you and Terrence had so much success in Texas, how come more New York guys don't go down there?
I mean, it's so if you want to say, like, after me, you got to go Royale Ivy, right? And after Royale, there was a kid from Jersey, I forgot his name, but what I would say is, it's all about recruitment. It's all about how the situation of how the basketball was at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about they not wanting to come get kids here, but you remember at the time, New York, when Terrence was popping, you got Khalil Reeves, you got Mavs, you got Brian Reeves, you got Derek Phelps. Like, you know what I mean? It's a plethora of players from New York, right? And then, when I came out, it's a plethora of New York kids that's going to New York, going D1. So I think after that, after Royale, not saying nothing negative about the kids.
No, but y'all had Tom Penders as well. right? An East
Right.
Coast guy that had connections in New York. So
Right.
you
He
don't
had
have a
connection.
pipeline, a connection there. It's kind of hard to recruit kids.
And then Rick Barnes had, some type of connection and all that. But after that, we had Mo Bamba. That was like the last one.
The
from
first
New York.
guy that I know that went to Texas, played in my conference at Madison High School, Guillermo Myers, one of the top
Oh yeah,
players in
Panama.
Texas.
Panama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Panama. Yeah.
He was the
For
first
sure.
guy that I knew that went to Texas.
Yeah. Panama.
That.
For sure.
So
And that's Tom Penner's effect. You know what I'm saying? But I think Chris Beard, like now, that's at Texas right now, that just got the job. You'll see certain players from certain different avenues come back to Texas now. You know what I'm saying? It was just, Tom Penner was the East Coast guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why me and Terrence have so much appraise there. You know what I mean?
that's right.
Yeah.
This is the James Majors question, right? James Majors went to Seton Hall. He talked about from 83 to 85, them receiving $5 per game. Big East boys. How much meal money did you guys receive in a row, and how was you guys treated?
We was treated pretty well. I can't say specifically how much money we got, you know what I mean? But I know we private jets going to different, we going to Oklahoma State, we going to Oklahoma, so we got to get back because we got school the next day. So I know we was on that level and all that. As far as meal money's concerned, I don't think we even the cash and all, because we got 5-star food, so we wasn't tripping, you know what I mean?
Why go to McDonald's?
Nah, unless we wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't even sit there and say oh yeah, they was giving it. Nah, it was we doing this, we doing that. We private planes, the small planes too, 7 to a joint. So it's 3 planes, 7 to a joint, all that.
3 PJs. Damn.
Yeah, at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
We was always taken care of. I can never front on that. You know what I mean? Never.
Do you know where the upset came from in college basketball?
Upset?
Yes.
For as far as us is concerned?
No, I'm just talking about. Do you know where the word upset came from in college basketball?
Okay, let me know. What's up?
So, I can vouch for this because I went to Fairleigh Dickinson, not a big school. So, in order for the big schools to get wins, what they do, they pay schools.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
And it's called something. It's called buy a win, something.
Right.
And it still goes on to this day. I learned about this when I was in college because we was playing Wake Forest, and my coach was saying, it's an $80,000 deal, and I was like, y'all pay each other to play?
Right.
Remember we told y'all when y'all was getting recruited that college basketball is a business? This is the business side of college basketball.
For sure.
So he said if we beat them guys, which we plan to do, they're going to be upset. And that's where the word upset come from. It's not like in a pro sports because everybody getting paid.
Deep.
So, all these things that I learned early on, you don't take them as that serious because you're just a kid. Later on in life, you start to look back and say, damn.
Deep.
That's how that works.
Deep. And, and that's the thing, because me, doing coaching and whatever case may be, I'll never dig that deep. But I've heard stuff like that.
Listen, y'all, ever since you've been in college, y'all first game was against a bum school.
Oh, always, always.
Our first game was against Division II schools every year.
Right. Always, yeah.
So you start to think, this is how this works.
Absolutely. And we both get paid. Right.
So yesterday was the anniversary of the triple-double that you had against Texas Christian. You knew that?
Yeah, I mean, you said something about it before, and I'm like, yeah, because usually they'll post something about it, you know what I'm saying? But it's a whole like big thing going on with the new coach and everything. So I mean, I don't even care about that shit. Like at the end of the day, it's like, man, that shit is still going. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, damn, Kevin Durant, all these guys went there 20
Yeah.
years, 20-something. This is still going on.
That's crazy.
New York City, baby. That's right.
It's crazy. I always think like, you know, there's people that have been close, like big men that have been close to getting it. Like, you know what I mean, rebounds, scoring, and blocks. You know what I mean? It's always been close. But one thing they will ever say, every time I come into the arena and talk to like the kids, whatever the kids being got, they always bring that up. And there'll always be guys like, oh, I'm getting that. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, please.
It's not easy.
Do it.
It may sound easy. 22, 10, and 10 may sound easy. Trust me. Trust me. It may sound easy.
Yeah.
And you know how guys in high school, they be like, yo, I'm going to average 20 because I'm going to get 4.5 points a quarter. And it's not that easy.
No, it's not easy, but I always encourage, like even when I spoke to them, I always, please, go do it, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to holler at me to do it, I'm going to show you how you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, because there's no, like, listen, records are made to be broke, man. Like, Terrence is an all-time leading scorer. That shit is made to be broke.
Yeah.
I'm third or fourth, whatever. It's me to be broke.
Yeah.
Bring me down. Like, you know, that record I have right there, it's love. But, yo, I want y'all to do that. Come on, B. You know what I'm saying?
The way college basketball going down, fam, and they just
no way.
The threes, nobody ain't
No
getting
way.
them damn that over 10 assists and 10 rebounds. Trust me.
Yeah,
it may seem easy. I tell people the way the game is going now. Nah.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one, but you know, you got some guys, man. I see some kids coming around that can do all around stuff, man. So, you know, and like I'm not no hater. And I want these guys to succeed and do that, man. You know, I ain't got no problem being second, third, fourth, fifth. Like, I'm still in the books, B. You know what I mean?
That's right. And
right.
We wrote a lot of records too, man. Would you consider that to be your best game?
No, never.
Okay.
Never. That was at that time, I think TCU was someone we was gonna beat anyway. I felt
y'all blew them out. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like we was gonna like do that, and I wasn't even thinking about having that type of stat line, but it just happened like that. So it wasn't my best game. My best game, I think, you know, I'll always say, I'm gonna tell you this. You know, you posted the first picture with me and D Brown. I think that was my best game.
Wow.
Because it was Sham, it was Mel Thomas, it was D Brown, it was Sham, it was my former assistant coach in high school, Bobby Gonzalez.
Okay. Yep.
And I heard Bobby was talking shit. Right? I heard Bobby was talking shit. And my junior year, I hit 37 on the ass. Like that picture, you actually like, yeah, that was, yeah.
Oh, let's make
and
some
those
noise
are my
right
guys
there.
now.
Let's make some noise for that. We're going to make some noise for that right there. Woo! 37.
You feel me? Like, those are my guys.
guys.
Those are my guys.
And it meant more, too. You know, you can drop the triple-double against guys you don't know, but playing against the guys you came up with.
To my guys. And no beef, no bullshit. We gonna hoop. Well, you know how New York niggas, we gonna regardless, we gonna hoop against you and go hard.
That's right.
Regardless. That's right. And this is my platform. You coming to my house too. You at my school. And Bobby Gonzalez over there telling how you can stop me. Oh, you can't do this. 8 threes, 37. And I love, and after that, it was like, love is love, my nigga. Straight up.
That's right. Hey, Derek Brown, my guy, Come on. Come on the show, fam. Tell your story.
Yo, D-Flight got it. D-Flight got to show his face. That's my guy. I love D-Flight. You know what? Me and D-Flight played against each other, played with each other, hooped together. He's one of like the most amazing dudes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Good
When I was
spirit.
young,
He good heart. I remember him coming up. He lived in my brother building in Coney Island. Watched them all come up, man. Good guy, good spirit, man.
Yeah. Love. Look, Kareem Reed, man. Salute, my nigga. You already know, B.
No doubt.
You know me. Kareem Reed.
Him well, yo. Wow. Kareem, definitely need to get you up here, my brother. Definitely a legend in this game.
Yeah, that's
sure.
That's the bro. That's the bro.
And he's one of the very few, you know, I can count on my hand of the guys who from New York City that went to the SEC and actually did well.
Oh yeah. Because it's not.
You know, I always
not
say that we have a hard time, guys in New York City going to the SEC and the Big Ten, right? Those are places where I go. When we go there, I go, oh, why?
Him and Irv.
Yes, G. Irv, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I always, and you know, always shout out to him because we came up going on the train together. You know what I'm saying? Going to practice or whatever the case may be, man. So we always got that, you know what I'm saying, situation and just coming up hooping and shit. So, you know, we got that same type of, you know, that gene. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That guy, his height was like this, but his heart was big as New York. You heard?
Yeah.
He took it wherever he went. So salute to you,
Yo,
Kareem.
shout out Lamont Jones, my brother.
Lamont, you already
Shout
know,
out my
man.
brother Lamont.
I've been trying to get you on since last year, little bro. Watch Lamont come up, man. I watched this kid score 54 points when he was 11 years old.
Hey, me and Lamont.
Him and his brother Charles.
Me and Lamar got so much history because overseas shit. And that's a whole nother story how we gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah, we about to move right into that right now.
Yeah.
And your 12-year career over there. But you made a stint in the NBA at first, right? And I want to get this straight. How is the NBA different from everything else in basketball you've done up to that point?
I mean, so at the end of the day, I mean, so it's always a situation. Everybody's gonna hear certain things, or like, you know, he did this, or this happened, whatever the case may be. I signed with an agent, Andy Miller, Eric Fleischer.
Hold on. The same Andy Miller, Sebastian Telfair, Andy Miller.
Yeah. So what I'm telling you is, that at that time it was me, Shan God, Chauncey Billups, Gordon Malone, Otis, what's the name? Went to Syracuse. Otis, forgot his name. Anyway, we was all in Connecticut. We all signed with him. We all signed with the guy, right? And you know, we always projected like first round, second round, regardless of whatever it be. But I fired the guy before the draft, 2 weeks before the draft. He was the first one to actually say, we're gonna bring all the NBA guys to come to watch us instead of us going to do workouts for them. Because, you know, they had Steph, they had John Wallace, they had Garnett, they had everybody. So, you know, they was on their high horse. And then we got Chauncey Billups, he's going to be top 5. Me and Shan, you know, I was like from between like 13 to 25. Like, Shan was like, you know, and, you know, I fired him before the draft. I'm like, nigga, I don't need you. Because, you know, they felt like I was, you know, they felt like I sold drugs, I did drugs. I'm not doing all that. But it was something they put out. Like Andy Miller, he knows. Like he seen me and he was like, he's gonna look at me right now to this day.
I heard some things about that guy, but we're gonna move on.
Oh yeah. People know Otis Hill. Yeah, Otis Hill. You already know. 40. You already know.
Thank you.
My man Dwayne Woodward on here. You know what I mean?
For sure. That situation kind of messed you up because they put some bad press about you.
Well, yeah, because, you know, everybody stayed put. You know what I'm saying? Sham, stay put, Gordon Malone. I got stories like, we used to work out every day in the morning. Gordon Malone used to bring the beatbox. He used to bring the radio, the box, and play Biggie while we working out with the trainer. And late, he was coming in late with that shit. I'm like, yo, Gordon, what you doing? Like, nah, I gotta hear Biggie, man. I'm like, yo, seriously, like me, Sam, Gordy, we all working out and all that. And so I think I was good, but I felt like I wanted to go hoop in the city. I was just a city guy. I just wanted to hoop. Fuck the workout. I wanted to hoop. And I think that kind of messed me up. And I say, yo, I'm good. I don't need you. Yo, fuck you, nigga. I'm good. 2 weeks before the jab, I did that to myself. I always say that. And one thing I can say for sure, years after, the Serbia shit when I got my jersey, Larry Bird said, yo, what did you do to them guys? When Larry Bird said that, I was like, okay, I already know what's going on. I'm good.
What did you do? What did you do to who?
So when Larry Bird said, what did you say to?
Cause was it that conversation when they took that picture?
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. Exactly. It was like, what did you say? What did you do to Andy Miller and Fleischer? So we had that conversation because I was high on Jab Boys. You know what I'm saying? I was high, so
those guys will a lot of power, man. Or I know have. I don't know if they do.
No, but at that time, understandably, Steph, Kevin Garnett, certain guys they had it is what it was. You know what I'm saying? Sham got drafted, second round. Gordy got drafted. So what I was doing, I definitely would have been in that easily, regardless of whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But I was told by a million scouts, just like, yeah, I was told you did this, that, and the other. And I'm like, nah, that's not even the case. So
I always tell kids, if you have a tag on you, it's hard to shake.
Yeah, it's hard to shake.
Because people will never meet you before, hear something through the grapevine, and it's automatically fact.
Facts.
Seen a lot of guys get caught up like that.
And then after that, a lot of shit, after that, it's like, okay, well, it is what it is. So I discovered the European Basketball League, and I was like, you know what? I'm good, Now,
I heard some good stories, and then I heard some tragic stories, like, guys going overseas, and as they on their way overseas, this happened to my guy, LeBron Matt. He got a call saying that his services wasn't needed, but he was already in Germany.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you that, and certain people on here, they understand, like, 40, Lamont, these guys. When you playing with a certain team and a certain level, you don't really worry about that type of game.
Okay.
Because if you're playing on the top level team, the top 2-3 teams, you don't worry. I tell, like, there's some guys, like, for years, I'll tell, like, yo, if you're playing with this team and you're making this amount of money, you're better off working at home doing something else. Unless you're going to build your brand. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say is that, these guys and myself, we always had our own brand as well. We always played on some type of team that was never tripping about getting that money or worrying about the situations and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad, God bless, I've never had that type of situation, luckily. But I know a lot of guys that have.
Yeah,
that was really good as well.
Yeah. How was life overseas, and what was your favorite place to play?
It's funny, like, and these guys would contest. My favorite place was Serbia. Where they retired my jersey, because
Serbia. What is life like out there?
So it's the former it's Yugoslavia.
Yes.
It's Vali Divac, it's Peja Stojakovic, it's these guys that, always was, great hoopers, you know what I mean?
So they love the game and respect it out there. Yes.
Man, I learned so much basketball. Like, I felt like I could come home and figure everything out. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I was a student. I was a student of the game, but I felt like when I came back from over there, I could figure. And you know, these guys will tell you can figure stuff out easier. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they were just very much students. We just had the jiggle and the wiggle and the other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, if you love the game and understand the game and want to you know what I mean? That's why I like the coach, because they taught me a whole different spiel about the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I love Serbia. I love Lithuania. You know, me and Ed Kola played together. Me and Ed Kola did our thing out there, man. So, you know,
How many years you was out in Serbia?
I did 3 years out there. And then my last year of actually wanting to hoop, I came back out there, played with a small team, showed love, and got out of there. You know what I mean? And that was it. You know what I mean? So.
And then retired your jersey, man. You're like a treasure out there.
Yeah, well, you know, we won some chips, and you know, I think it was a lot about the hoop, because I brought another show to the shit, and I was fucking with some models out there, and
here's the chicks again.
I was dealing with some women that some Britney Spears type women out there at the time. So I think all that came into it was a whole thing, ball winning, and then the whole people paparazzi shit, all that. So
it was just like doing it over here, but in another country.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand it. You know what I mean? People I don't ever brag about that shit, nothing like that, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I've been through that, so I understand it. That's why it's never a trip to me. I had people in the bushes, with the cameras and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
For real. Yeah.
Wow. So that overseas experience prepared you for coaching, right? And you was coaching AAU.
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience.
I think, my basketball knowledge, just for me, because I'm a student, I love the shit. And then just watching how they do their thing and how they bring the kids up and how they teach.
Right.
It made me more because my head coach always said yo, you're going to be a coach. That's what you're going to do. Because on the court, regardless of how I'm scoring, whatever points I'm scoring, I'm actually pointing people in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had no problem. I had no problem with watching film or watching the last team that just played and say, okay, well, look, you know what? I see what we're going to do against them. So that was easy. But, there's a lot of credit to me living in Europe and playing that type of game, man.
No doubt, man. So what are you up to these days, man?
Well, right now, so I had death in my family. My mom's and my brother passed back to back, so
man, sorry to hear that.
I had to fall back. I was coaching in junior college for a while, and I had to fall back from that because of that situation. God bless them. And I came back to Austin, Texas, and I had to figure out what I was going to do, because it's not the easiest thing to get back into the coaching situation. It's not easy at all.
The transition, we talk about this all the time, and that will be my next question, right? The transition from playing ball to the real world,
right,
is a total beast sometimes for some people, especially if you've been playing for so long.
Absolutely. So, I transitioned. I worked my ass off as far as doing the coaching with the AAU and the high school and the middle school and all that stuff, and then going to junior college for a couple of years, and then that happened with my family, and I just had to fall back. I had no choice. You know what I mean? So right now, what I'm doing is I transition into, I'm working for Dell Technologies right now. And I'm a smart guy. Trust me, I ain't that smart. Cause listen, what I would tell everybody is, I love geeks now. I hated these niggas. I hated I hated geeks. Geeks, the smart little white dudes. I hated them, dude.
So the geeks run the world, though.
Dogs, I love them. I respect them. Trust me, they run the world.
Yep.
And me being in that light and learning and understanding a lot what they do and how they came up. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm in the tech world as far as like selling software and stuff like that. But I definitely want to get back into my coaching atmosphere. But listen, it's always good. Like I always tell guys here, especially younger guys like that, I know, like, you know what? Get into this, what I'm doing now. I got into it older. But if you get into it now at 19, 20, 21, when you finish, my man, you're going to be, you know, you got 3 houses, you got everything. You feel what I'm saying? I tell a lot of people that right now, a lot of kids now, because my man, you ain't that good.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you're not that good, bro. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that pro dream, you probably could live 3 pro dreams just with this one tech job. And that's the way the future is going right now.
Exactly. And that's my mindset to tell people, you know, of course I want to get back to, you know, developing guys, because I've done that well. You know what I mean? I have solidified the kids I got right now. So at the end of the day, I would love to get back to that. But what I'm doing now, I always want to show other guys that we're not that good. Please, you know, there's another avenue for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So it's love.
So I'm gonna keep for another few minutes. I got a few more questions. What's your thoughts on reclassing back?
Say that again.
What's your thoughts on reclassing back?
I hate it. I ain't got nothing else to say. I hate it. I don't want. You know what? You know why I say that? Because there's a lot of, you know, I mean, listen. If you can reclass and you're older than these guys now, and if you ain't killing them, what's the point, B? Like, I just...
Because your game is going to level off sooner or later when you play against the dogs.
Listen, Ed Cota is my man, B. I don't know if he meant to reclass, whatever the case may be, but at least when he did it, he bust their ass. You can't reclass and just be on that same level as the other guys that you know you're older than them. You're supposed to kill them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I mean it's not like it hadn't happened before. It's been happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? This kids, you know, back in the days when we was younger, like niggas get left back on purpose just before the basketball shit.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I got left back, but it wasn't on purpose. And I had no idea I was going to play basketball. I was playing football. There's no reclassing back then for football. So
So the whole reclass thing is like, who was that?
Oh, this is my resident artist, Jamel Powell.
Yo.
We get about that time where we want to show your art piece. He's usually here, but the weather's kind of crazy. Let me see what you got for us, Mel.
All right. Hold on, return.
Oh, yeah, he nice, too. I've seen a couple of things. He nice.
Yeah, he's dope. Let me see. Can we see?
Oh, wow.
Can you see it?
Crazy.
That's
crazy.
Oh, you got 3-picture action. You got your face there. You got a picture of you shooting, and another one.
And true one, yeah.
I guess the pictures I posted.
Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, yo. That's
no doubt, brother.
No doubt. We're going to send that out to you, man. Make sure you get it, my brother.
That's dope. I appreciate it. That's dope.
No doubt, bro. Yeah.
All right, so
every Wednesday.
Have those joints to send them out this weekend.
My God.
No doubt, brother.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right.
You know, that's dope.
Good working.
All right. Yeah. And my guy's a ball player, too. He played for Jackson, so we just try to keep it on New York City balls, you know?
Yeah. Listen, man, I always appreciate y'all joining, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, T told me, and, you know, I see a lot of, you know, I know y'all Brooklyn bias niggas, and I already know how y'all niggas get down, man.
Yeah, everybody say, let me explain something to you, brother.
I'll play. I already know. I know it's love.
When they come on here, if you come on the show you get to nominate who the hell you want. So you can call me and be like, yo, G, I found somebody else, or you know what, G, such and such. Because that's what dudes do. But the Brooklyn guys,
it's love,
they refer each other. So another Brooklyn guy come up, they be like, all right, I'm going to get another dude from Brooklyn. I'll be like, yo, McClancy. I done interview, I think, 6 guys from McClancy already.
Facts.
5 guys from Grady. They all nominate each other.
Hey, and rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. When you said McClancy, B, my God, man, Greg Harlan, man. Yo.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Salute.
Rest in peace, Greg, B.
Yes.
That's my God, B. I love Greg, man. So, yeah, B. Rest in peace to Greg,
a ball
man.
player for sure.
Word.
Ray Haskins and I was talking about him the other day. Definitely salute and R.I.P.
That's, you know, like I said, like, you know, I was playing around when I said it, but, you know, my Brooklyn guys, like, you know, me and Mike Campbell won a lot of championships in that 100 college.
Mike Campbell, that's my guy and my college teammate. Oh, no. He went to Long Island. I went to with Mike Pollard. Yes.
Me and Mike Campbell won a lot of championships in that 100 college, B. So that's it was me and him on the wings and Steph at the point, B. So, you know, yeah.
Wow. Another guy I got to get in contact with, another guy I used to be working out in the park. He was one of the guys that when I used to come back, when he was coming up, I would work out with him. And tough, man. I love that guy. Salute to Mike.
Yeah, man. Salute Mike, man. Mike don't do no social media like that. He be sneaking in on his girl joint and all that. But you know, he keep it light. You know what I mean?
Right. Hopefully,
Mike
you know that his OG got the show and he'll come on.
Yeah.
Guys, yo, G, if it wasn't for you, I wasn't coming on. So
for sure,
I respect that, man.
For sure. And my man, you know, my man Skip is out. You know, we out here in Houston and all that. So, you know, me and Skip and Mike James is out here all together out here, man. So,
yo, tell Mike I need him on, man. Mike James.
I got you.
I interviewed this guy, Jerry Powell. So,
yeah.
Gotta get.
No, I got you. Yeah.
Bet.
I got you.
All right, now we're about to get out of here. Top five players from Rice High School. I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, damn, you didn't even say the city you said, right?
That's right. I knew. Everybody be expecting to say the
up,
city first. I had to switch it up some because everybody was expecting it. Like, I was waiting for the top 5.
All right, without myself in there. Without myself. Because I'm not even going to put myself in that shit because, you know, but
it's so many players, fam. You can start from whenever.
I say Dean Meminger.
Number 1.
Dean Meminger number 1. Felipe number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go Jerry McCullough. I'll go Jerry McCullough because he was in that time where everything was like
crazy,
switching up, you know all that, right? So that's 3. And then, you know, Felipe, of course. That's 4.
You said Felipe.
So I said, well, I'm sorry. I said
Dean Meminger, just Felipe.
Dean, Felipe, Jerry.
Yeah.
Kenny Sack and probably Dre Barrett. Probably them 3 like that.
Woo. And we're going to leave Kimba off the list. And now listen, we're talking about Rice greats. I didn't say NBA. I didn't say college. We just talking about City Rice.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking at. But, you know, I could flip-flop Kimba and Sat or Dre, but them 3 guys, them 3 guards, you can't, you know, at the end of the day.
You can't go wrong. Fact.
You can't go wrong, yeah.
Fact. Yeah. Top 5 New York City. All right.
All together.
Top 5 of New York City history. All right, there you go.
All together. Shit. Kareem, Kenny Anderson, Ross Strickland. This is mine now. You know what I mean?
Yo, bro, you ain't gonna get no argument from me.
All right, so Kareem, Kenny Anderson, Ross Strickland, Chris Mullin.
So my 5, that's facts.
Master Rob.
Woo! We're gonna make some noise for Master Rob right now.
They gonna they gonna hate that. I know they gonna hate that, but hey, that's nigga, man. They gonna hate that.
Master
hey,
Rob.
listen. when I say that's one of my like.
Yo, they don't realize, man, what he did for the city, man.
Yeah,
Master Rock, there'll never be another.
Yeah, man.
For sure,
Look,
man.
look at these guys. Look at Reg, you bugging.
You already know. You already know. Look
I
at
ain't
that.
tripping either.
Well, listen, brother, like I said, you get a chance to nominate because this is the time where you get a chance to nominate someone.
I'm gonna get Mike James for you. I'm gonna get
Bet.
Mike James for you.
And we're going out to Long Island. You see that, fam? Bronx guy nominating someone from Long Island.
Yeah,
Salute.
I'm gonna get that for you.
For sure.
I got you. I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow, and I got you for that.
I appreciate you, my G. And yo, whenever you have a trivia question, hit me up, fam. That means
you hit me with that. I was like, which one I'm gonna do? Like, yo, I say, yo, don't forget the mellow, B. Remember I tell you, like, don't forget the mellow.
That's right.
My guy, I appreciate you, man. I love what you're doing, man. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. And
yes,
tell your guy, I don't know his name, but I know he does the Raiders podcast, right?
Oh yeah, right.
All the former players for Rice. Salute to what he's doing, man. And yo, keep that legacy going, man. Even though the school is
we
closed,
got to.
We want to preserve that history.
Yes, yes, I will, and I appreciate you, man. Definitely.
No doubt.
Definitely.
Salute,
my guy, yo, salute.
No doubt.
You already know.
All right. New York City, great. Y'all know about that. He was at Rice High School when they was just climbing. Y'all know what it was. Y'all know who came from there. He was there from the beginning, laying down the foundation, him and Felipe. Then he went to camp, got his name out, got noticed. Then he went to Texas and rewrote the record books. New York City, you have no idea the amount of ball players you have sent around the world. With this, we want to say New York City basketball. We love you. Because Basketball Heads Live is the official home for New York City basketball. Thanks for checking us out.